Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So by the title you guys know what I'm doing today. FYI, I'm not a baker, so don't come for me, okay? So we're making lava cakes today, and this was for a girls' night I got invited to. So the first thing we're going to do is make our chocolate ganache, which is just chocolate and heavy cream. So I'm gonna heat the milk. I think I gave it 1.5 minutes or 2 minutes, I cannot remember, and I'm gonna pour it over my chocolate. So my chocolate chips are not chocolate anymore, they are chocolate clusters because I left them in the car and they melted and got like that. Okay, so they are not chocolate chips, they're chocolate clusters or chocolate bar, whatever you want to call them, but they're still chocolate, okay? So for the next step, we're going to make our cake, and I am using a box cake. I don't know who could mess up a box cake. I did not want to do this from scratch. A box cake is okay too, okay? So I'm gonna make the cake, well, prepare the cake, and then prepare my bowls after for the mixture. Here we are pouring the milk on the chocolate, and I'm just gonna let those sit. I felt like it needed more chocolate chips or chocolate clusters so I added more of the milk chocolate and just let that sit for a while so the chocolate could melt from the milk. Finished mixing the cake and put that aside. So now I'm just using a whisk to try and break those chocolate clusters up. If it was chocolate chips, I'm sure these would have been melted and good, but they're chocolate clusters, so they were a bit hard and the milk was getting a bit cold, so I had to use a whisk to help me out. So this is how it's looking after I got all the chocolate to melt, and then I'm just gonna add it to the freezer and let that cool and thicken up a little bit. And this is for the inside of my cake to make that nice gooey lava effect. So for the bowls, I just got them, so I'm gonna wash them and then dry them and then add my butter and also a little bit of flour to base the bowls. I'm gonna take a piece of butter, it's like half a stick, and then add it to the paper towel and then base my bowls with that, and then go in and add my flour after. So try and get most of that flour out of the bowl because you know you added the butter, so it's gonna stick, but get as much flour as possible out of the bowl so it's not too much for your cake. So this is how they're looking. I'm going to check on my chocolate ganache and it's getting thicker, I would say, but I need it to be more thick to go in the cake, not as runny as the cake itself. So that's how it's looking now, and I'm gonna put it back in the freezer so it gets a bit thicker. So while that's going, I'm gonna go ahead and add my cake to my bowls. You want the cake not to be half the bowl, but a good amount to like base the bottom for the bottom of your cake. So this is how the ganache is, chocolate ganache is looking, however we want to call it, but that's how I'm pronouncing it, okay? But this is how it's looking, not too runny, nice and thick, and I'm just gonna place that in the center. FYI, this is my first time making a cake, so I don't know if this is how it's supposed to be. I wanted the chocolate to be thicker, the ganache to be thicker, but I had not much time. So if it was thicker, I would just like scoop it and leave like a ball in the middle. But this is how it came out, so I had to work with this. Then I'm gonna add the rest of the cake to the top of my cake bowls, so it covers the ganache in the middle. I did run out of cake. As you can see, I'm scraping the bowl. So it's a good thing I bought 2 cakes and I finished that off camera.